He can't stop talking about me. I can bet you it's probably Hasan. We all know.
If this guy was an American citizen, I would completely support his right to do this. But he's not.
You don't know anything! No, it does not! What are you talking about?
I don't really know.
He's losing his mind. He's actually losing his mind.
Exactly how the law works.
Shit.
This is what I've heard.
Then why did you spend 48 hours worth of content?
Damn, bro. Hasan says he proved Asmongold wrong over his anti-free speech. With evidence to the contrary, Asmongold immediately said, if it's true, then I guess he's right, and I'm wrong. You are anti-free speech. What? Anti-free speech?
Content is saying, oh my God.
But that's it.
And I certainly don't know all of the confines of, like, I don't know everything about the fucking.
Hey, buddy boyo over here, buddy boyo Hasan Parker over here, buddy boyo Hasan Parker, Hasan Abaya, Hasan, he's crashing out. He's losing his shit. What happened, bro? He's losing his mind. Just Asmongold, it's all Asmongold's fault. Huh? Why? What the fuck happened, cousin? It doesn't have to be like this. Why? What the fuck happened? I know exactly what happened. We know exactly what happened, bro. It's because, I've said it before, he's a bigger political streamer than you now, isn't it? That's why. Fucking hell, bro. It's a minor, it's alright. He'll start gaming again soon, don't he?
Immigration law either. Having said that, then why did you spend 48 fucking hours worth of content saying?
Anyway, he spent way more than 48, by the way.
No,
Damn.
it does not. That's the you can in the United States of America, you can literally fucking say you love Al Qaeda, you love the KKK,
Yes.
you love Nazis. The government can't fucking deport you over.
Yes, that's true. If you're a citizen, Hasan would be right.
What are you
100%, yeah.
talking about?
Yes.
It is also constitutionally protected. He's saying
No.
Context. Under the Immigration and
Damn. Give me a second, I'm just making a coffee.
Nationality Act, any non-citizen, including a green card holder, is subject to deportation if they engage in terrorist activities. These activities include material support like any form of facilitation of the terrorist organization. In the case of Mahmoud Khalil, Hasan is muddying the waters trying to reframe this individual as just being pro-Palestine. Here are the facts.
So this is the guy that has been detained, is the leader of the CUAD, which was formed after SLP and JVP were suspended for pro-terror activity.
The CUAD, Columbia University Apartheid Divest, was responsible for this reenactment of Helm's Deep last year.
Reenacting of fucking Helm's Deep itself, Jesus
And
Christ.
so Khalil openly defends Hamas in the CUAD video on March 2025.
We tried armed resistance, which is again legitimate under international law, but again Israel is terrorism.
Yes, they're calling it terrorism because you're killing innocent people. CUAD's anti-American stance is clear. Members vowed to weaken U.S. imperialism. On March 9th, 2025, the NY Post exposed their goal. This is unbelievable. Eradication of Western civilization. CUAD.
And it's like, then he'll say this is freedom of speech, though. But I think when you called on an eradication of any people, whether you agree with them or disagree with them, it's bad, inherently bad. You know what I mean? It's terrorism. That's what it is.
He organized a pro-terror event in March 24th called Palestinian Resistance 101. Speaking at the event was Khalid Barakat, a senior member of the PFLP, a designated terror group. So they organized an event, and
That's actually crazy, isn't it? When you really think about it and you deep it, it's actually crazy.
one of the speakers was was a member of a terrorist group. What is this? Let's just go ahead and get down to it, right? If this guy is associated with this group, and this group has done anything to whitewash Hamas or to promote Hamas, without a shadow of a doubt, they have a complete justification to
Yeah. So this is where the issue is, because people are gonna be like, no, but I agree with Mahmoud what he's saying. But this is where you gotta stop yourself and fucking look in the mirror and say, this ain't about that. This is about the mere fact that he's calling for the death of people, or he's talking on behalf of a regime or a terrorist group that want the eradication of a certain sect of people, and that is where we have the issue. This is where the issue is. Whether you agree with them or not, there might be things I agree with the guy saying. There might be things I disagree with. That's me personally, but that's nothing to do with the grand scheme of things. Whereas now they're gonna try and say, oh look, they're against freedom of they're against the free speech. Huh? But he's calling for the eradication of people. What are you fucking knowing this? That's terrorism. It's really strange.
To deport them. But these are, in fact,
They just deport them then.
what the rules are. It is a literal fact that a green card holder can be removed for being part of a group that expresses support.
And that's how the law is, and it has that in the law, right? That's in the fucking law.
For a terrorist group. It's literally outlined, and this specific case, like, it is literally written down.
I won't talk to you because you're intentionally being dishonest.
Define support. I would say passing out flyers and then inviting a person from a terrorist organization to speak at your event is supporting. That in my opinion, I think that's support.
That's coward.
Yeah, stop supporting terrorists. You would think that not supporting terrorists is easy to do, but
Yeah, but it's like the thing that people get hooked up on and they get tangled with is with ideals and their personal view on things. So it starts to fucking muddy the waters. And then it muddies the waters even on your perspective on a certain thing, because now you've become biased. You know what I mean? You're not non-biased, you're not straight and narrow dealing justice. We're not dealing in justice now. You're dealing in your side's right, their side's wrong, and this is where the issue becomes, when fundamentally, it's wrong, because you're calling them for the death of people. That's wrong. You know what I mean?
you'd really
Whether you agree with it or not, that you need to erase. That part you need to get out of it. Get your personal feelings out of it, your personal agenda, your personal interests out of it. Get your feelings out of it, and look at it as for what it is. It's wrong in the end of the day when you look at it. Calling for the death of anyone, any human, any people, any culture, anything is wrong in my book. Wrong utterly, and you need to face a consequence for that.
be
Whether you disagree or whether you agree, I think it's wrong.
surprised.
This.
Let me go back.
Constitutionally protected.
And I think that's a fucking no-brainer. I think that's a no-brainer. If you're trying to justify it, you're going to do way too much mental gymnastics to justify that. And I'm just going to look at you like you're hula hooping. Look at that silly boy.
He's saying he won't talk to you because you're intentionally being dishonest. That's cowardice. Okay.
So if I go and I look at the tweet that Hasan made about me, and this is why I don't engage with this, it's because it's completely misrepresenting. Absolutely.
It's literally, look, if you look on Hasan's Twitter, it's all Asmongold. It's actually quite pitiful.
100% misrepresentation. When somebody opens up a conversation on the premise of me thinks it's a violation of free speech when devs make video game boobs smaller, but when the DHS openly kidnaps a green card holder for being pro-Palestine. So let's go ahead and break this down line by line.
Yeah, because now Hasan's on this campaign of anything to fuck up Asmon's name.
Asmongold thinks it's a violation of free speech when video game devs make video game boobs smaller. I wish it was, but unfortunately it's not. This is an obvious appeal. This is an ad absurdum. We're going to escalate what you're thinking. You are a crazy, unreasonable.
Yeah, you're crazy, unreasonable. It's such a tactical thing, but it's been played out so many times. Like, you're so unreasonable. You're ridiculous almost. And so by default, my opinion trumps yours, no matter what you say, because you're so ridiculous. This is an argument that's been used for fucking eons.
Reasonable, stupid person for believing this, and I'm going to caricature you as something that you're not in order to make you look stupid. So
yeah, and also by doing that caricature in the minds of other bozos, it makes your opinion automatically by default better than Asmon's, just by that premise of the caricature that you created.
So you introduce me as this person, but then when the DHS openly kidnaps a green card holder for being pro-Palestine, he's not getting deported for being pro-Palestine. He's getting deported, and I don't know, maybe he's not going to get deported, right? There's a chance that he's not going to get deported. But let's say he does, it will not be because he's pro-Palestine. It will be because he is part of a group that has expressed positivity towards being pro-Hamas. And
yeah, so this is where the differences are with how people consume information, because the way Hasan's presented the platter is as if it's like it's a no-brainer. Like, this is a no-brainer. Obviously, Asmon's in the wrong here. But no, if you really look at it, then yeah, it's not. He won't be getting deported, as Asmon said. He won't be getting deported because he's pro-Palestine. You stupid cunt. It's because he is pro a terrorist organization. Like, what's wrong with fucking people? What's wrong with people? What's wrong with people, bruv? It's so strange. It's like people have thrown their feelings at everything. People have thrown their feelings at everything. Their whole personality is tied with ideas. Huh? You fucking loser. You are not anchored. You are flailing in the wind.
And this is the problem, is that Hasan keeps making this comparison. He keeps going and saying that being pro-Hamas is pro-Palestine. This is a terrible way of looking at it, and Hamas is a terrorist organization, and you do a massive disservice to Palestinians when you just use them interchangeably, because this is not the same thing. And it damages their entire cause. It makes all of them look like they're these bad people, and he's doing this, and I think he's own-goaling for something that he's so fucking supportive of. He thinks it's awesome and not a violation of the First Amendment. It's not that I think that. It's that that's what the law is. That's what the law, classic free speech defender stuff here. So again, I am a free speech defender, but I have never said that I am a free speech absolutist. I've never said this before. I've openly stated in many cases that there are tons of things that I think there should be limitations on free speech about. So when I see somebody who is in every single line of their statements about me mischaracterizing intentionally, caricaturing and misrepresenting what I'm saying, no, I'm not going to have a conversation about.
Yeah, because Hasan is the type to then filter everything down to, well, look at you. You live in a filthy environment. You don't wash. So how can your opinion be better than mine? That's what it's going to ultimately get down to with a person like Hasan. He can't overlook a thing like that. It's like, it's impossible in his mind. It's impossible for Asmon to be right simply on that fact that Asmon is dirty and Asmon doesn't wash, and it's a well-known thing. Cockroaches and shit, it's a known thing. So I think it's some sort of complex in his mind, like, how can a guy with cockroaches running over him be more correct than me? That's what somehow he's got his ego stuck in it. And what's killing him even more is Asmon actually does not give a shit about it. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care that he's the number one, he's perceived as the number one political streamer. He doesn't actually give a shit. And that's what's hurting our boy, poor boy Hasan over there. It's so fucking weird, though. To watch it is hilarious.
This because you're beginning on a foundation that doesn't exist. This does not exist.
It's a classic argument start. It's always a classic way to start argument. Instantly make your opponent seem inadequate and actually dumb, stupid. Like, you fucking very stupid. So automatically your argument's winning.
Everything about this is false. So by engaging with this, all you do is enable it. No, it's not going to happen. Let's see here. We're going to go through the rest of this. Yeah. So this is what he said originally. It's not good faith at all. It's not even remotely good faith. It's like 180 degrees in the other direction. I think that Hasan...
Yeah, it's like dishonesty and snaky. Also,
and I don't want to make it very personal, but I do worry that Hasan, like if I look at this clip, right, where is like fan comes up to there, here we go. Oh, this is me reacting.
Yeah, this is hilarious, bruv. I remember this. This is hilarious. My boy's drinking Starbucks and he's fighting what, for Palestine? I don't know if he knows, bro. Someone's got to tell him.
To it. I saw this video yesterday. That was a while ago.
Thanks so much. I'm sorry, I forgot to say you need to stop drinking
Coke.
Coke Zero on stream.
Why?
It's boycott.
Wait, is it?
You're preaching pro-Palestine and you're drinking all this boycott stuff, please.
Ah, how cringe is that, bro? How cringe is that?
Thank you. At least pretend. Do it off stream. Please.
Okay, I'll put it in a glass.
Look at him, bruv. He just wants the world to swallow him right now. He's like, oh, fuck, this is cringe.
Is Pepsi okay?
No.
No soda, son. I didn't know it was like that.
I'm trying to stop it, isn't
Shutting down. So you have a person who is, in my opinion, to a degree, audience capture. These people got mad at him for drinking Coca-Cola, okay? Like, if you look at, for example, my videos about Donald Trump, and if you look at Asmongold, Ukraine, Trump, this has 2,000 downvotes. The reason why is because I expressed a lot of frustration with what Trump was doing, and I disagreed with him. And so I have no problem going against my audience in a lot of cases. And in fact, some of my viewers get frustrated because I do it to a fault. The fact is...
Yeah. So fucking true. But this is what people are not understanding. They're like looking at someone as like Asman, they're going, how is he getting so big, so and growing quickly, faster and faster, get massive? It's because he's honest. That's what it is. It's just a fucking honesty. Being honest, people value that.
Is that I think he needs to be more honest about this. And
ditto.
I think that him playing defense for it, all it's doing is it's radicalizing people against his cause.
Yeah, and as well, what he said about like how Asman frequently goes against what he perceives maybe his audience wants, frequently, just for that what he believes, and that's very fucking admirable. Whereas a person like Hasan is an appeaser. He'll do anything to please his audience and not be his own person. So in fact, ultimately, he's just a mouthpiece for this beast of an audience. Yeah, and I don't find that entertaining. I watch Hasan every now and then. There's some things I agree with him on. It's not like I'm saying the guy's utterly shit. It's just a shame to see him doing this.
And I think that he does have, and again, I think Hasan does have...
He's probably getting cooked by his masters, the viewers. They're probably cooking him in DMs or whatever. They're saying to him, bruh, how can you let a guy who has cockroaches beat you?
Fundamentally with the Palestinians a noble cause, but when you make the people that are these people that have had their life fucking destroyed, when you make being pro them, being pro terrorist group, what you do is you make them look bad and you alienate average people against them. But we'll keep going. We'll watch the rest of it
with evidence to the contrary. Asmongold immediately said,
a lot of people saying in chat though, Asmongold did give a vowed 7 out of 10, so fucking no one can be trusted, bruv.
if it's true, then I guess he's right.
Man. Trust yourself, man. Trust your fucking self. That'll be my advice. Don't fucking trust no one out here. No one out here. Don't trust no one. In some sort of way, someone somehow, in some way, biased. Trust your motherfucking self, bitch. Watch people just for a laugh. Don't listen to them, though.
And I'm wrong.
And I wish you could do the same. I wish he could say, if it's true that a green card holder can be...
True. I wish he would be able to do that. But again, we're talking about a person who is a naive appeaser, not his own man.
Reported for having connections to groups that have shown positivity towards terrorism, then he's absolutely justified to be deported. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
And you can disagree with this, right? Like ideologically, but to say that that's not the case is completely ridiculous. It is stated that way. Do you think that Palestinians are Hamas supporters? I think a lot of them are, but I think that a lot of them also aren't. And I think that a lot of the people that are Hamas supporters are the devil you know supporters.
Yeah, there'll be loads and loads of fucking people in Palestine that just want peace, man. They don't want nothing to do with Hamas. They want nothing to do with none of these terrorist organizations. They just want to be able to raise their kids. You know what I mean? They don't want none of this shit. They don't want no problems with Israel. They don't want no problems with the West. They don't want no issues with freedom fighters or terrorist groups or militias, however you want to call them. They want nothing to do with them. These people have had enough. They've had generations of fucking war. You know what I mean? And I stand with them people, man. I stand with the fucking normal people, bruv. The people that ain't got a stake in none of this. Oh, it's our land, or forget about it all. What about the people that are fucking dying, you cunts? You're all crying about whose land it is, this, that. Forget that, man. People are dying still. And the people that are dying, are innocent fucking people. They're not like involved in all of this, earning cash off this. They got a stake in this. They've been promised a future position, whatever. No, nothing like that. These are innocent fucking people, bruv. And I'll stand with them always.
These are.
But then you got like Hasan saying, "Oh, but it's Hamas that are really uplifting the people." This is where it's like very, very fucking twisted. Because ultimately, Hamas is a terrorist group, innit? So it's like, what's this, bruv? What is this? This is what the normal people will be saying in Palestine. And what the fuck is this shit? You monsters. The lot of you are fucking monsters. If they had it, they'd destroy Hamas and they'd destroy the opposition. They'd destroy everyone. Fucking hell.
People who support Hamas, because while they might not like Hamas, they want Hamas to stop the people that have been bombing them. And I think that it's understandable.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And that's a fucking fantastic point, because I would fucking 100% agree with that. To further that point, what I'm saying is that where a lot, or maybe even the majority of people don't support Hamas, and the ones that do support are doing it out of pure frustration and anger. Pure frustration and anger, generational anger. Where it's like, you killed my father and the father before him. You know what I mean? Like, we've had enough. So it seems like that Hamas or any terrorist group will look like a freedom fighter group to them. And yes, of course. There's only so much a human being can take, but you know what I mean? Ultimately, all I see is war, and somehow someone's winning here. And who's that fucker that's winning? Because that's the fucker that's the root of all this fucking problem here. Who's making the weapons? Who's doing all of this? These are the big fucking questions, in my opinion. Busy vying with, it's this group or this, that. You're fighting amongst each other, you stupid idiots. Playing right into the hand.
That many Palestinians would support Hamas. I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying it's understandable. So I don't hold it against the Palestinians. And even if you say it's 80%, that means 1 in 5 people doesn't deserve to be fucking categorized as a terrorist supporter. That's why I apologize for it. I think it's wrong. I think using a generalization like that to dehumanize those people and caricature their viewpoints is unfair to them. It's unfair to their cause, and it's dishonest. So no, I'm not going to do that. And even if it is 80%, that's still not enough for me to say that they're all collectively guilty. That's outrageous. It's more complicated than that, and anybody who's honest knows that, right? And if that's the way that the law works, I mean, I don't really know exactly how the law works. This is what I've heard.
Then why did you spend 48 fucking hours worth of content saying? Oh my God.
Is Hasan a lawyer? Like, the fact is that neither of us know what the fuck we're talking about. Neither of us are lawyers. I mean, neither of us are lawyers. That's not how it works. That's if. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, in my opinion, by the way, this is still my opinion, I don't want to have anybody in the fucking country that's not a naturalized citizen that's supporting a terrorist organization. And I don't think that we need to afford the full rights of freedom of speech to people that are not even citizens to advocate for terror.
Okay, you don't like the First Amendment. That's it.
Yeah, look, you see the way that he's had done it. Fucking hell, we can all see.
This is what I've been saying. What are we doing here?
You don't like the First Amendment, then? You are anti-free speech.
It's really crazy.
You are anti-free speech.
Oh, God. Oh, jeez. I don't know what to say, guys. Can you be deported as a U.S. resident? Yeah, can a naturalized citizen be deported? The short answer is yes. Well, no, you're right. They can actually still deport you if you're a citizen, but, like, the bar for that is, like, infinitely higher.
You folded, shaking my head. Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
Are they just imagining alternative realities? How the fuck am I folding? He's the one who's walking.
It's not about folding or not folding or walking things back or not walking them.
You can see the venom in his chat as well. It's like, these are the masters.
Back. You just look at what the rules are, you look at what's written down, and it sure seems like if this guy's connected to this group, he broke the rules. I mean, we don't need, like, this is, it doesn't need to have any ego attached to this. It's a simple evaluation of words on a page. That's all. We don't need to get emotionally attached to this. We don't need to get upset about this. Just look at what's being said and see whether it's true or not. I don't think it's that complicated, is it? Jeez.
Yeah. It's like, because like we've been saying, people are lacking honesty. People lack honesty. People are not even honest with themselves. How do you think people are going to be honest with you? Huh? That'd be ridiculous.
Underlying falsehood that he was operating off of, that he was so confidently
The
talking
underlying falsehood.
that has now been seen
Yeah.
by hundreds of thousands of people. Now, the reason why we
His
can't
heart.
have a fucking conversation, even though I added him directly, is because he doesn't want to have the conversation. It's not me.
Let me just get this off my chest. This is the reason why Asmon doesn't want to have a conversation. On their last one, Hasan said this.
People, by the way, Iran is actually weirdly very pro-trans, but I'm sure that you probably didn't know that. They're very
Bro, man, stop drinking Coke. It's boycotted.
homophobic,
I
but
actually
they are
Yeah.
they are very pro-trans.
Weird.
A lot of
Yeah.
cultures are actually very
This is when they both spoke to each other. This is literally them live chatting to each other. If you watch that, yeah.
pro-trans, way more than the United States of America.
The very next day, after
What? Iran? What, pro-trans more than America? I don't know, bruv. I don't know. But again, I'm just damn sure I don't really know about that. But if you was to ask me, what would be, if the question was, what do you think is more of a trans-tolerant country? The United States of America or Iran? I would say the United States of America. I would have never guessed that it's Iran. You know, and I don't know the facts. So I don't know. But that sounds fake.
Asmon was banned, Hasan was belly laughing about it. Why? Because Iran actually forcefully pushes people to sex change when they are lesbian or gay.
Ah. Okay, yeah.
As a mean to avoid persecution.
I like that they're mad that
Yeah.
Iran is woke on trans.
Yeah.
They're angry on it because it's too woke on trans, when in fact what they're doing is they're forcing people that are gay or lesbian to change. So if you're a gay man, the guy, now you're a fucking woman now, bitch. You're trans. You're forced. No. You're gonna be a fucking woman now. Oh. You like sucking that dick? Be a fucking woman then. Same vice versa. That's a bit fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
100% of their cases are trans. Suspicious.
Way too woke.
A little too woke. They went overboard. Okay?
Way too woke.
Iran is the left went so far. Maybe they went out of control a little.
Yeah. And it's funny to them and that as well. Like, it's like, come on, man, be honest yourself.
A bit.
It's like they're doing what people said like Biden would do.
They're doing I said it.
It's like almost like a mentality is like, I don't really care about them because they don't think like me, you know. And for me, that's such a terrible way to look at things. You got to care about everyone and how we're going to make the whole thing better. That's the number one viewpoint, man. Because otherwise, what the fuck are we talking about, truly?
On that conversation, I said they're doing Kamala Harris. They're doing transgender surgeries on inmates.
I'm a propagandist.
Well, no.
For the record.
No, I'm not calling
I'm a
it that. I'm just
propagandist.
I'm just saying. I'm going to
No,
play you.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then,
Oh.
I want to
I'm
play.
saying I am.
Explains it.
I just
Before
want to
you
put
even
it.
play it.
I have not only a genuine, firmly held ideological conviction here, but I also understand the pre-existing rules set in place better than Asmongold does. It's okay. It's all right to not know everything, and I certainly don't know all of the confines of like I don't know everything about the fucking immigration law either. It seems like I know a little bit more than he does, or at least know how to correctly read and interpret the things that are in front of me.
I don't know, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any more of these. I think there could be a little bit more. I don't know.
Terrorist simps are out of control by Asmongold 6 hours
Yeah, he's losing his mind.
ago.
He's dreaming of fucking Asmongold, bro. Oh, man, you gotta change it up, bro. Change it up.
This is the video I did. He's not happy about this video. Terrorist simps are out of control, which, by the way, is true. Absolutely, completely out of control. Completely misrepresenting Palestine. Totally hurting the cause. Like, massively detrimental.
100%. This is why I've seen a massive rise in these so-called pro-Palestinian people, and they are making it worse. You do not. They are stupid. So stupid.
Also, this group.
Mahmoud
Don't get me fucking wrong. I stand with the Palestinian plight, and I stand with the Palestinian people. Like I was saying earlier, I stand with the normal Palestinian people. But These ones? Nah, they ain't the ones, bro.
Khalil, by the way.
These lot are fucking making it worse and giving it a worse image.
Mr. Free Speech Defender.
Again.
When boobs
You see, to start off with that premise.
are when boobs get pixelated, or when boobs are
back
like
again.
a little bit smaller in a
with the
fucking video
boobs.
game, that's the worst thing that's ever happened to free speech. That's the grossest anti.
True. Yeah, sure. And so you guys can see where I'm coming from, right? With like not wanting to engage with this.
Yeah, nah, it's because he knows. So that's the only way. Try and make you look ridiculous, and then hope for the outcome of Hasan's opinion by default is better than Asmon's because of that ridiculous caricature he starts with. He doesn't want to engage though, truly. He knows in his heart of hearts.
Why would I engage with it?
Free speech crime that Sony could commit on Stellar Blade. God forbid
I
when the
remember this.
American state actually fucking puts down the hammer
Yes.
and decides, we don't like what you have to say, you're gonna get deported. Then he goes, terrorist simps.
We don't like what you have to say. Well, I mean, I would say that's a little bit of a, kind of brushing it a little bit under the rug there. I'd say just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's based. As I was saying, pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil was black-bagged from his Columbia University.
Black-bagged. This is like a term for what Stalin would do with people. It's, again, the emotional escalation of this. It's unbelievable.
You gotta really, really, really be observant of the language that these sort of people use. Start doing it today. Use the language, study and be observant of the language that certain people use to convey their emotion and that. Some are nefarious.
Unbelievable.
The majority is nefarious.
City campus apartment by the Department of Homeland Security by ICE agents, and expeditiously shipped off to Louisiana. Today in New York, a New York judge oversaw whether or not that was appropriate.
Yes.
Okay, and it's not appropriate. We learned that the Department of Homeland Security actually openly stated that there was no illegal reasons there was no law that was violated for Mahmoud Khalil's,
which has nothing to do with it at all. This is a total red herring. It never had anything to do with a law being broken or not. Maybe you could make that argument, but that's not the argument being made. That's it. It was never the point. And so this is, again, it's capitalizing on people's lack of understanding, or people.
That is what it is, and appealing to the emotion.
Willingness to believe this. The fact is that if you're a green card holder, there are certain things that you still can't do. Like, for example, two of them are you can't vote, and you also can't support terrorist organizations. You can't do either one of those. So it's not the exact same thing as being a citizen. If it was, they'd be able to vote.
And subsequent.
It's like they're angry at that mere fact. So you're actually fighting the wrong person here then. Got to lobby at the government.
Deportation, or the deportation process starting, and that it was specifically because they didn't like what he was saying.
They didn't like what he was saying. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that's what was he saying? I wonder, right? I don't even know what to say. Yeah, this is crazy. They just didn't like what he had to say. Yeah, I wonder why. And so and this isn't even the first time. I don't understand why this is happening. It's kind of odd for me to see this, but
yes, in terms of Mudahar, he's an interesting.
He's even getting mad at Mudahar. What's this?
Person now. Because I used to talk to him all the time. I used to get.
Mudahar shaved his beard, bro, and he looks. A jump scare? Boiled egg.
I used to get help from him on like Steam Deck related stuff, and then he started orbiting Destiny around the same time that Destiny was like becoming super pro Israel, and he noticeably was quiet on this issue. He had more tweets about this. Not sure what he meant by your kind though. Maybe you know.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, like you are not pro free speech. You're not an honest person, and all you care about either in this situation, all you care about is.
This is like saying that like Hasan isn't pro free speech because he doesn't want Aiden Ross back on the platform. It's just,
Yeah.
again, it's such an
Yeah.
obvious misrepresentation.
Is either making money, okay? All you care about is either making money and farming this as like angling this in the least contentious way possible and make money off the backs of people fucking dying, babies getting murdered every single day by Israel.
This is, again, more emotional manipulation. It's, again, oh, well, this is about, like, oh, there's babies getting killed, so now my opinion is right. Yeah, it's emotional appeal, so it's not worth taking seriously.
It's either something that you're not genuinely interested in,
Yes.
or B, it's worse, you actually do like Israel, but you're too ashamed to admit it. And I don't think he likes Israel and he's too ashamed to.
What the fuck is this, bro? Oh, fuck it now, mate.
To admit it. I think
Change the record, geezer.
he's just like not very knowledgeable and,
Unbelievable.
and you know, wanted to make a statement about it, but take a very centrist position. And because he can't,
How can you get mad at a person for that? He takes a moderate position because he doesn't feel
He's like, pick one side or another. He's angry at Muta just for that. That's the sort of mug that we're dealing with.
like he's particularly informed about it, and he says this is problematic, and that's fine. I feel like if you can't let people that are like, if you want to push everybody to extremism, you will, but it'll be to the other side.
can't say something directly about Israel or Gaza because then everyone's going to eat his ass alive. All he does is go after people who do demonstrate the courage to talk about these issues.
Having the courage to talk about the issues doesn't mean that you have to support terrorism. There are
Exactly.
plenty of people that talk about the issues
Simple.
without supporting terrorism or playing terrorist propaganda. What is the only way to
Right.
help the Palestinians to play
Yeah, is to play propaganda videos, is that right?
terrorist propaganda? How does this doesn't even make sense?
Meanwhile,
Anyway, here's another one. And so, and this is what he said about it too. Muta, in this particular case, because he's an insane case, because he's a victim of the same right-wing mobs he often farms in videos. He literally left Twitter because of vicious racism, and now he's back again only to farm more. Motherfucker, they hate you more than they hate me. No.
He says, motherfucker, you went on Hajj. They hate you more than they hate me. It's almost like he's dying for some partner to be with him as he's dying in this flailing, sinking ship. Anyone? A hand? He's like angry at Mutaha because he's being moderate in the middle. He's like, pick a side. They hate you anyway, bro. You might as well be on my side. It just sounds sad.
And this is Hasan
fucked.
trying to weaponize identity politics to say that Mutahar should be ideologically aligned with Hasan because of his skin color or his ethnicity.
His religion and whatever it is,
That's effectively what he's saying. He's saying that, well, you should be on my...
No brainer. Anyone with eyes or anyone with ears that can listen and see and understand and perceive will be able to see that. Unless your vision is deluded, is diluted, shall I say, with a bias.
side because of your culture and this culture.
And that's all right. That's okay to have that. But at least know that. And know, be aware, be self-aware that will affect your opinion on a matter because you are biased. State that in the beginning, in fact, that you are biased. This is a biased opinion. And then continue with your opinion. That's fine.
Should be on our side. I don't think this is a good way of looking at it. I don't. Mutahar, he might be an Indian American, but I think he's from India. I'm not even really sure.
I think he is. I think he is Indian. Yeah.
Where Mutahar is fucking from. Honestly, I think it's in
Canadian.
Yeah. Either way, he's Canadian. Sorry, future American. He's also a Canadian, born here in Canada. He doesn't live in India, as far as I know. Yeah, he's not an he's not an American yet.
Having said that, part of the reason why he came back was to unironically, play the role of one of the good ones. That's what's so crazy.
So insinuating that Mutahar is now being an Uncle Tom and Uncle Ruckus, and he's saying that, well, aren't these brown people all kind of bad? I'm one of the good ones. Well, I don't know about
Uncle
that,
Ruckus.
right? I mean, I don't think that's the case. I really don't. I don't think so at all. Perhaps he's staying cool-headed. No, the thing is that I never let things turn personal. I don't. I don't let things turn personal. I don't need them to be personal. This is a disagreement on an idea, and if people want to make it personal, that's their own prerogative, but I'm not going to reciprocate that. This is just simply a disagreement that I have, and these are the reasons why I think it's bad. That's it.
About it.
Exactly.
Like
Except
he
someone
will
wipes your raid. Yeah.
he will say, I don't have a political opinion, but then also turn around and demonstrate a political opinion that, of course, is trying to...
I think that a political opinion of saying that it's not a good idea to play terrorist propaganda on Twitch, while, by the way, it was against TOS, you know, little fine print there. This is not a political opinion. This is common sense.
Position himself as like a centrist person, okay? As a centrist person, angling it from the...
What's wrong with that? This is what we're asking. What's wrong with that? What's the issue with that? That shouldn't be an issue. Looks like you're looking for partners, buddy.
Perspective of drama, to which he also responded, by the way, in your video on Gaza. He said, yes, I do admit to not being an expert on the topic. Didn't cover it as drama since it isn't one. Serious situation with dead people and attacks happening every day. I just don't downplay rapes and sugarcoat violent organizations like you. Also didn't defend Asmon in vid. What's interesting about that response is it basically demonstrates the exact thing that I'm talking about. It also is a lie. He did cover it as simply drama, because I responded back to him.
Well, he covered it as drama because it was regarding, so there's two separate things, and these are like concentric circles. So there's like the Israel-Palestine conflict, and then there's the way that it's being approached on Twitch. So if he covers this inner circle of it, that doesn't mean that he's covering the greater issue, even though the greater issue is informing the inner circle. That's the difference.
I'm saying I didn't cover it as drama with...
Which, and I think it's very important, because like if Mudahar had covered Israel-Palestine as like a meme and like, you know, like whatever, right? Then I would have said that was disrespectful, and I would agree with Hasan. I just don't think that's what he was doing. I don't think that's what he intended on doing either. Like I know Mudahar. I've spoken to him multiple times. I don't know him well. I would say like I'm, you know, an acquaintance so far, but I like the guy. I do. I like the guy, and it's conflation. Yeah, exactly. The things that were being said on Twitch are in some cases kind of separate from the actual conflict itself. Like these two things are. It's like two separate realms.
This tweet, okay.
Yo, Jidion, thanks for 5 subs, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well,
I don't
man.
do this, and then
keep
ends
fighting
up
the good
doing
fight.
it.
I've been watching.
I responded with, "We were a year into a genocide here. This was your only video."
This is again, we're a year into a genocide. This is again another emotional appeal. Another. Oh my god.
Yeah, you see, this is how he is. This is the way he starts his arguments or his shit with a fallacy.
I hate that argument. Well, it's just a...
It's like, no, it's just like, again, that appeal to the feelings, emotion. Tiresome.
Claim the moral high ground. It's to claim the moral high ground so you can grandstand about something.
On the topic, it downplayed and ran defense for Asmon's takes, while the bulk of your commentary revolved around how evil the pro-Palestinian streamers were from clips you compiled off snark subreddits. 990,000 views, though. And then I said, just gonna leave.
I watched his video about me. I don't think that he really defended me. I think that he just said that I misspoke and I was talking about Hamas and not all Palestinians, which is effectively true. But I misspoke and that's my fault. So that's not really defending, it's clarifying.
This here.
Let's see. I think we've got one more. Oh, here we go.
This time, for much of the time frame in my coverage on Israel-Palestine, I haven't really hyper-focused on like a bunch of these drama slob tubers. I think Bad Empanada has done a decent job. Of like going after some of these guys, at least like by breaking down the lack of arguments that they're posting on their videos, right? Because normally you would think
an ally.
like, okay, these guys don't...
A partner.
These guys don't have any sort of serious interest or whatever. Why are you talking about them? They're silly. They're completely. They're irrelevant, right? Like real things are happening in the world, and these guys are relevant. They're not, because as a collective, they have the capacity to basically fucking inform a lot of uninformed people for much of the time.
Empanada, the guy was banned off of Twitch for playing a game that violated TOS. I just don't know the guy. I don't want to make a lot of opinions on him because I just simply don't know him. That's all.
The clips were actually sourced from the creators who streamed them. No, they weren't. You fucking took clips that were directly out of context from fucking Destiny's subreddit.
All roads. Mostly back to Destiny. And the thing is that, to Hasan's credit, I'm sure there is a degree of this that's true. That a lot of people in Destiny's community do work in cryptic ways to make Hasan look bad. I think that the constant boogeymanning of Destiny and Destiny's community makes him sound kind of schizo.
Destiny is Hasan's big op in it. Oh, God help us, man. And everything now is because of Destiny.
It does. Like, for example, like Destiny's community has also made a lot of posts. Like, a lot of the times when I saw there were a bunch of posts, anytime Destiny would say anything about me or anything like that, there would always be a bunch of posts from people that are from his subreddit that would post it on my subreddit. It is true that sometimes they brigade. That's what every group does. That's what every community does. Destiny's community is very aggressive. They are. But at the same time, that aggression doesn't matter. The main thing that matters is the actual subject material, right? Yeah, the facts matter more.
Where a lot of this stuff comes from. It's okay. You don't have to admit it, but we know that that's what a lot of slop tubers do. It's not just Destiny subreddit either.
And this is, again, you know, a delegitimization of Mutahar, slop tuber. Now Mutahar isn't legitimate, positioning himself as above Mutahar, you know, a sense of authority. Like, you see how this is happening, right? Hasan's a slop tuber too. Well, people, like, there are people that say that. Would I say that? No, I don't think Hasan's a slop tuber. I don't think Mutahar is either. I think this is just a pejorative term that Hasan is using to delegitimize Mutahar, and I think that it's inaccurate.
They literally, most people that make these kinds of like drama-centered videos, unironically just source it off of fucking Reddit. That's it. They literally go off of Reddit comments. That's the game out here. That is the level of research.
He's right about this. That's true.
That most people dedicate to T channels and drama channels in general.
I think this is an abstract accusation that implies a lack of credibility, but this isn't really accompanied by any example or any specific case of an inaccuracy. It's not done out of any sort of authentic viewpoint. It's done to delegitimize the opposition.
But yeah, notice how there is no statement here, okay? Notice how there is no like evidence here. The evidence is Twitch is allowing violent and unfiltered rhetoric, or you're downplaying rapes.
They are. Hasan didn't get in trouble. And again, I'm not advocating for Hasan to get in trouble now. I believe in the statute of limitations. I'll say it again. But at the same time, he did play terrorist propaganda. He interviewed a terrorist.
It did.
These things
There's no
happen.
denying that. We saw it.
These things happen. That's it. This isn't a debate, right? It's bad.
We saw it. And then the lack of him getting a ban is like also points at some sort of bullshit. That's all.
Shouldn't have done that.
Like, did this person read the UN report? Did he even
that wasn't
fuck did he? Diddy's in jail.
About the UN report. It was about Twitch doing something wrong. So the thing is that this is, again, an appeal to some form of authority. Well, he didn't read the UN report. The video's not about the UN report. The video is about Twitch and their policy and how they apply their policy and if people on the platform are breaking that policy. It's not about the issue itself.
Watch like the Sheryl Sandberg.
And the reason, by the way, this is an appeal to authority.
About 100,000 faces on here.
Is because he's sourcing an authority that's not relevant to the topic. When your doctor tells you that you need to stop eating Cheetos because you're getting fat,
you can't turn around. What's he gonna say? You can't turn around and say that Cheetos are the victims here because they don't get freedom of commerce, and they're getting bad press because literally their food is killing someone.
Can't tell your doctor that he's making an appeal to authority because he has a relevant contextual knowledge about the topic.
Yeah.
An appeal to authority is when you reference authority a degree of awareness that's not relevant directly to the topic, which is what Hasan is doing right here. Didn't he dismiss the UN report? Well, whether he did or didn't, it's completely not relevant to the video.
Atrocity propaganda
That's what you
flick
gotta
and
understand.
then develop his opinion on this issue.
You
Did he
gotta
read any
understand
Israeli
this.
newspapers or American newspapers on the matter? And that's how he
I
came
swear my
up with
phone
this this
fucked,
idea
it
that
doesn't
like
charge.
mass rapes had taken place. Screams Without Words propaganda piece that was immediately undermined, by the way.
Well, there were also the women that came out and said that they got raped. I mean, there was that too, and it should be acknowledged that it happened. Unless all the women are lying, hey, maybe they're all lying.
Did he do any of that? Is that why he has this position? No, he has no position.
Bro, this ain't the hill to die on. And I think that optically it hasn't been, and I think that optically it's been bad for Hasan.
Just repeating something he saw on Reddit. That's my point. Yeah, he's just he's just framing drama for views from his right-wing gamer audience. I don't think you should.
Quite an accusation to make.
Think too much.
To be fair, he's reading a chat message. Hasan is just simply reading what somebody else is saying. But I think that what that person is saying is bullshit.
I'm not. I know that is the statement. I know that is what's going on. I don't like that. I don't like that these guys' only politics is basically so many slop tubers online. Their only frame of reference for politics is just like, this guy is an avatar for all things progressive. A lot of people fucking hate him for that reason. I'm just gonna shit on that guy. And it's a cowardly way to say your position without saying your position. Okay? Oh, I'm a liberal, but honestly, I don't really like this guy who is seemingly far too progressive for me. Guys, I'm one of the good ones. Come on, I'm a centrist. And it's very frustrating.
Well, a liberal isn't a centrist. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I guess maybe they could be, but to me, I don't think that they are.
It's very frustrating to see that shit. It's cowardly. It's infinitely better if you just don't even entertain this stuff at all. You don't bring it up. You don't get into it. You don't throw your hat in the fucking ring. It's all copy paste too. It's all copy paste. It's all ridiculous.
Well, the reason it's copy paste is because people are talking about the same topic. But I think that that's basically really it. Okay, so that's basically it. I think that I've pretty much established the way that I feel about it. I think that Hasan has framed it in a disingenuous way, and I think that the support of this guy, I think just categorically and according to at least like my understanding of the law, is really misplaced. This Mahmoud Khalil guy. I'll say also that I think he deserves a fair trial. I think it's a really important topic, and it's something that it's directly related to me. Obviously, I've got people talking about me and like my opinions about this, people calling me a racist, a fascist, a Nazi, etc. for this kind of stuff. Of course, I'm going to express my viewpoints on this. Of course, I'm going to defend myself to an extent. I hope that whatever rights he does have are followed, and I do not support any revocation of those rights. I think that even though I disagree with what he's doing and or like I disagree with him being here, I don't think that that means that he shouldn't be given the fair treatment, right? Hasan was right about one thing, is that a lot of people watch my videos, and so I want to make sure that people have, and of course, like, I mean, it's his right to respond to anything that I'm saying, and to give his perspective on it too, and to disagree however much he wants. That's totally okay. But this is what my perspective is, and I think that this is a very fair perspective, and it's a genuine perspective that I think is shared by, I would say, the overwhelming majority of the country, that we don't need to have people who are not citizens coming into our country advocating for terrorism or being part of groups that advocate for terrorism. So yeah, terrorism is too vague of a term right now. Okay, maybe you're right, but I think that any reasonable person would agree that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Like, I would say that, like, that's definitely, like, there's a gray area and then there's the black and white. This is on that side.
Fucking weirdo. Sorry, I was just on the phone. I had to... Got to pop out in a little bit. Well, what's that?
What is this here? Hasan. Oh, Hasan's probably having...
Again?
Probably having a bad day about the Houthi thing, right?
Yesterday, Hasan once again...
Damn. 14 hours ago.
...spent a significant amount of his stream talking about Asmongold.
Trump did what? He killed the... Wait... What is this?
Fugitive leader of ISIS in Iraq was killed. His miserable life was terminated. Oh no! Luffy's in trouble. And other ships.
No. Oh yeah, because he called him Luffy. Shit.
Oh, Luffy's in trouble. I'm so edgy and funny. Lol, you're so mad. Am I?
He is extremely mad, bro. Even his chat is getting him. He's gonna ban him.
Does it seem like it? You are, though. Guy is seething. Yeah, I'm seething.
Oh, bro, definitely mad, bro. This is bad. Yo, this is bad.
I'm so mad. Oh man. Why is this making him come so hard? He has to. I think he's faking it. This is the fakest orgasm I've ever seen. Okay, bro, are we about to have a Houthi rebel on stream? Yes, brother. I'm a journalist. Okay, this is journalism. Does he know what One Piece is?
He's been watching it since he was a kid.
No way. We love you too, man.
That is hilarious, bruv.
I love you so much.
I love you. I love you. I love you so much.
Big fans. We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
Surely bombing one of the
Oh, all right.
poorest countries on the planet for implementing a blockade against Israel for the crime of doing a genocide will make people love us in Israel this time. Another $1 billion wasted here. So it's not a blockade when you're attacking and taking hostages and killing people that are on civilian trade ships. They're not tracking the different ships like, oh, we've got to stop this one because it's going to Israel. Like the one example that he showed in that video.
That shit looked like a fucking game, bro.
Had nothing to do with Israel. Here's the way I see it, okay? If we can't use our military to kill people that attack our trade ships and protect international waters, then I want my money back. Shooting up what they said were lawnmowers, if we can't take care of this, I want my fucking money back. Every line of this rhetoric is disingenuous and dishonest and manipulative. Like, this is the most deliberate misinterpretation that you could possibly have. I can't even believe you can't think this way.
It's literally like talking to fucking Anne Frank, basically.
What?
Okay, being able to talk to Anne Frank.
Yeah. He's destroyed. His heart is broken. His heart is broken.